let's be honest, if you look into this first part, this part of our lesson is actually ugly. This helper function, right, is actually ugly. So this approach has a major downside. It mixes logic and presentation. Alright, so our server file, which is server express.js, should be responsible for the logic, meaning getting data, handling requests, not for presentation, the HTML structure. So it's hard to read and it's hard to write as well. You don't get syntax highlighting for HTML, so we don't know if we've made an error. So, and it's easy to make mistakes with codes and backticks. It's not scalable. Imagine maybe a complex web page like YouTube or Facebook. So you could never build it by writing HTML inside of JavaScript strings. So the solution is the templating engine. Now, what is a templating engine? A templating engine lets you write a normal HTML file, but with special placeholder tags. So you can then tell your Express server to take one of these template files, fill in the placeholder with real data, and send a final and complete HTML page to the user. Now this allows us to completely separate our logic from our presentation. There are so many templating engines for Express, like handlebars, but we'll use one of the most popular one and easy to learn, which is EJS, or embedded JavaScript. So the great thing about EJS is that it's just HTML. You don't need to learn a new syntax for a structure. So you just add a few special tags just to inject your data. All right. Now we're gonna refactor our weather app to use EJS. So the first thing is that we need to install EJS. So we'll just say npm install EJS. Now we also need the server express JS. So I'm just going to create new item, is server express.js. right, and then I'm gonna just configure my Express to actually use we will add this line app.set, or rather let's just go to this one and then copy everything here and just paste it, and then somewhere here we can just use app dot set view engine. Now this single line tells Express that whenever we want to render a template, it should use EJS engine. So by default, Express will look for this template in the folder called views. All right, so now we actually need to create a folder. We need to create the views folder in the root of our directory. So we will have mk directory, make directory views, and then I think we need public as well. Again, public, we're just gonna copy the public things there, public, and then somewhere here we can just copy these two files, and then we can just put them here under public. And then here we need to create within the views, we need to create an EJS view. So what we're gonna do, we'll create a new file. So new item, and then this item is gonna go in views, and then the name is gonna be weather. EJS. All right, now let's go ahead and go to that file. First, let's write our template. So it's gonna be almost pure HTML, but it has special tags. So these tags are actually EJS tags. That means inside the value of a variable. So we can build HTML, and then HTML, and we can put HTML language, and then we can have head, and then meta, UTF-8, UTF, and then here's the tags that I was actually talking about. Location dot area name dot value. So this is just the special tags. So it's the EJS tags. That means inside the value of this variable here, and then we can link our static HTML style. So link CSS to style.css. Then we can have the body. And then we're gonna have weather card, and then h1, I think this one had a class of details. Then I think it's and DEG, yes. So it's something like that. It's that degree symbol. Paragraph with details. Paragraph dot details. Oh, come on. I'm just trying to put this in the next line. Wind. I think we had an anchor there. that says check another city. Alright, now we need to update our express.js. We need to update our server. So let's open server express.js, and first we need to get rid of we need to delete the entire method, the entire function, this function. So we will just delete it, and then we're gonna update the weather route. Send via HTML, we're gonna use render. So we just need to say render so this tells Express to find the weather.ejs in the views folder, okay, and pass an object with the data to the template. So that's weather. Location. Nearest area. Okay, so here because we don't need this anymore, so we can just say maybe weather data is response.data. So we can just remove the generate HTML and then just do like that. Now we can actually run node server express.js, and then let's follow the local host and let's put Debian, and it's working fine. It's not seeing it's not seeing the style sheet though, for some weird reason. Alright, so now just to recap, we've identified that writing HTML and JavaScript strings is messy and it's hard to maintain. So a templating engine like EJS solve this by letting us write HTML in a separate .ejs file with special tags for data. So we've configured Express by using that app so we use this. So we've configured Express with app.set view engine EJS, and then we've replaced our ugly generate a weather HTML function with a single and clean call to just to call the template name here, to call it with a single call to call the template name and the data object. So we've achieved a clean separation of concerns, which is the core principle of good software design. So this is a huge step, and you're now building web applications the way professionals do.